That's pretty obvious who America wants running their government. You want the person who spent $10 million on staff and won, or the person who spent $583 million on staff and lost? That's just on staffing. What the hell were those people doing? Look, if you're a taxpayer, I don't care if your number one issue is abortion, defense, healthcare. I don't care if it's climate change or whatever. You want people like that are this bad managing your money in your government? Absolutely not, and America agrees with me. This is the difference between a businessman and a career government employee. Kamala Harris added 1.6 million government jobs in 4 years. This is campaign's a perfect example of this. Kamala Harris raised over $1 billion in like 3 months. We've never seen that before. Some of which were from people like Tom Hanks, who I just told you are rumored to have left the country. Wonder if that has anything to do with the Epstein client list, but we'll find out soon enough. She spent more than all of it, though. She raked in another $600 million or so in outside PACs. She's still $20 million in debt, folks. The Trump campaign raised $381 million, another $700 or so million in outside PACs and other groups, and absolutely trounced her. You know why? If there is no other takeaway, it shows that 52% of America still cares more about policy, and 48% of America cares more about popularity. We know what Trump spent his money on. We know that some of that war chest was spent on legal fees. And you know what? I am totally fine with that. I don't care. It doesn't bother me at all that my money went to some of that. Because we wouldn't, look, he wouldn't have been attacked if he wasn't running in the first place. So I consider that a campaign expense. Also, the $80 million or so ridiculous dollars that had to be, it shouldn't even been spent in the first place, but it had to be spent to defend him. God knows how many lawsuits it was. Garnered him probably close to $1 billion in free earned media, and it kept him out of jail. So I consider that super well spent money. Cost roughly $200 to $500 grand to do one Trump rally, depending on the venue. And it got 10, 20, 30, 100,000 people, wall-to-wall media coverage. Actually, one of them got him shot, too. But because he survived, he got another $1 billion in free earned media. The guy keeps winning. Kamala Harris, though, this woman was so unpopular. She was so unlikable. And combine that with, her self-important diva attitude for whatever reason. I don't know why. She wasted money on the dumbest stuff. So dumb, it makes you wonder if she was even, trying to win. She spent north of $100,000 to build that studio you see right there. $100,000 so it could be used one time because she didn't want to travel, whatever it was, across the country to be on that stupid 160-minute podcast. $100 grand for that Call Her Daddy. I never even heard of that. Trump just went to Joe Rogan's studio. He happened to plan a rally and a fundraiser at the same time. Kamala Harris, according to multiple reports, because we're still waiting on official FEC reports to come out, is reported to have spent $10 million to have Beyonce come out and just say a few words. The woman didn't even perform. And when she exited the stage, people were so ticked off that they were just leaving right behind her when they found out. Harris reportedly spent $5 million to get Megan Thee Stallion, who I still don't know, to give her a shout out. $3 million for Lizzo, who came out and said, if Kamala wins, quote, everywhere's going to look like Detroit. Thinking that was a good thing. She cost Kamala more than $3 million with that little blunder. No one wants America to look like Detroit. Speaking of Detroit, she spent $1.1 million to 8 Mile Eminem for who knows what he did for her. Just made me stop listening to him. $1 million to Oprah. That woman's a freaking bajillionaire. Why did she need $1 million to come out and say this?
If we don't show up tomorrow, it is entirely possible that we will not have the opportunity to ever cast a ballot again.
Yeah, all right. Round of applause worth every dollar, right? J-Lo, too. These people are famous for performing, and they didn't even do that. No one cares what their opinion on politics is. Just sing. Harris spent between $450,000 and $650,000 for a 90-second ad for that stupid ball sphere in Vegas. I don't know how anyone in her campaign didn't say, hey, ma'am, this is a really bad idea. It's not worth it. They have private jets, luxury hotels, catered meals for a ton of other A-listers. Willie Nelson, Lady Gaga, Bruce Springsteen. Dozens of other folks try to curry favor with anyone who wasn't actually paying attention to policy, while they preyed on the same people that she just destroyed in the middle class for the last 4 years, asking them to fund it through small dollar donations. For what? 312 to a 226 lashing? Trump is America's best ROI since we dumped tea in the harbor. Kamala had to pay all these people to appear on their show or at a rally or a fake concert because Kamala Harris wasn't good at anything. She was deeply unlikable and had no coherent policy other than joy. Not so much joy now, is it? Trump went on all those shows for free. This doesn't even include the federal dollars. By the way, this is a huge thing. Kamala and Biden leveraged federal dollars to buy your vote. Yet I said buy your vote with illegal student loan bailouts, Planned Parenthood funding. That we know where that money goes as soon as it gets in there. The gushing coverage from taxpayer-funded NPR and other things like that. Any other subsidy they doled out to left-wing nonprofits, all those NGOs that catered to special interests to buy votes. They were just cashing out money left and right to liberal causes. That's in the tens of billions of dollars, folks. Between Harris and her super PACs, they spent over $1.1 billion for on-air advertising. I couldn't watch a single YouTube video with us just pop up of those Tweedledee and Tweedledum talking about, oh, well, let's move forward. Hey, equity, or whatever other buzzword was some focus group told them to use. I was like, why am I even seeing this ad? In a world of such targeted data, where they know everything about everyone, what the hell am I seeing that ad for Kamala Harris and Tim Walz for? I literally have a TV show where I come on every night and say, hey, don't vote for this person. I think they're not good at what they do. And it's on cable. We're in like 70 million homes, and this channel is everywhere. We're on YouTube TV. You would think that they would know not to spend money on my account specifically. No, they didn't have that. Whoever did this targeting should be, well, I shouldn't say should be fired. They actually are fired. They're out of a job as of last Tuesday, and rightfully so. She spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on like airplane banners to fly over stadiums to appeal to men. There was a much easier way to appeal to men. Don't pick Tim Walz as your running mate. That would have been free. I can't say this enough times. Harris spent more than $500 million on staffing. She was an employment farm for Democrat rejects. I would bet you the remaining $20 million outstanding campaign tab they have, that if I walked into her campaign headquarters today, or what was left of it, maybe on, call it Tuesday, half the people being paid on the campaign probably couldn't tell me in one sentence or less what they actually did in a material value for the campaign in the last week. This is the same woman that claimed she was going to fix the economy. Sure thing. Fat chance, lady. I don't know what's worse, the fact that she managed money that poorly, or that she still got 48% of America that they probably thought she was great for this country. What's most insane is that no one, just like in the last 4 years, came out and said, hey, guys, all this stuff we're spending money on is really stupid. No, nobody said that. That's like nobody was a sanity check in there, at least not that I know of. This is the perfect example of how Democrats don't have any capacity to live within a budget, don't understand how to spend money, and they're going to fix the economy. Right. Trump, the businessman, understands. He spent 57% less on advertising than Kamala Harris and won. Because he understands not only budgeting in his campaign, but actually took the time to understand the American people and ran a campaign of issues. And all this time, we tried to, look, I came on here every night and tried to tell Kamala Harris, I remember 2 months ago, probably shortly after she was just installed because she was never elected, and saying, you know what would be a better investment, Kamala? Not being a socialist, not running our country into the ground, maybe not calling half of America stupid, garbage, uneducated, and fascist. But like I said last week, these people are learning nothing. One of the main surrogates for the Kamala Harris movement, this Occupy Democrats account, we've actually had their person on. It says, breaking, Donald Trump appoints fanatical fascist Stephen Miller as deputy chief of staff for policy in his incoming way. You guys, not only are they bad at money, after getting resoundingly rejected and all but told verbatim, they still can't understand why they lost. Trump didn't have to spend stupid money because every time he said something totally rational, like on TV, like, I'm going to get people who came here illegally the hell out of this country, the media would freak out and cover it wall to wall. Like they didn't know that most Americans are like, yeah, actually, that sounds great. I'm tired of my tax dollars going to that. And to think all these people claim to be saving democracy. You would have thought if that's what was on the line, they would have done it for free. Or they were lying the whole time.